Hello folks, Scott with Dallas Paint Correction and Auto Detailing. Yes, I'm wearing the same shirt. Yes, it's the same day. Just going over, I got some bad weather in Dallas. Appointments are a little bit slow today. But here's the deal. I wanted to talk about a steamer and what steamer do I use. Now I own two of them. This happens to be the Mcculloch 1375 and I wanted to highlight it in this video. I also own a VX 5000, a professional grade, very popular in auto detailing, but I end up using this, especially on the interior, about 95% of the time. This thing here, I've had it for 2 years. I throw it around, I throw it in the back of my truck, I bring it to my customers' homes, throw it on the driveway. I beat it up and it just keeps going, and I'm laughing. I don't beat up anything that I own. I take care of the stuff that I own. But I wanted to talk about this steamer and why I think it's probably one of the best, yep, I use that word, one of the best interior steamers for auto detailing. This thing here, to me, if you compare it to the VX 5000, it has less pressure and less heat. But when I'm working on interiors, I don't need something that's got almost 300 degrees worth of steam. I don't need 70 PSI or 100 PSI. I don't even know what the VX 5000 PSI rating is. This Mcculloch 1375, if you fill it up, I can't remember how much water it holds, but it gives you about 90 minutes worth of continuous steam. And when I use that word continuous steam, yes, you'll get steam at the end of the nozzle for 90 minutes if I sat here and squeezed the trigger, but you'll lose a lot of pressure. You'll lose your pressure from any steamer. I don't care if it's VX 5000. There's so many different steamers out there, but pressure's not, I'm not interested in pressure, I'm interested in the steam. I'm also interested in the temperature. Again, VX 5000 has very high temperatures. This one doesn't. It's somewhere around 200, 220 degrees. I'll have to double check that, but I know it's less heat than a VX 5000, and that seems to be appropriate when I'm doing interior detailing or I'm steam cleaning carpet. It's just the right amount of steam, the right temperature works for me. Again, it's easy to transport. Just grab this thing and go with it. If you're familiar with the VX 5000, it's a metal container with a long wand on it. A lot of guys are buying the cart that comes with it with the long handle on it and the little carrying case on the top. It's too bulky for me. I throw it in the back of my truck. It takes up too much space. This thing I can throw just about anywhere. It takes up less space in my world for me without having to have a carrying case with it. And it comes with a bunch of different accessories. I don't use them all. When it comes to auto detailing, I typically just use, you've got the pyramid head that goes on the end of the wand. I use this one a lot for leather cleaning, carpet cleaning, even on dashboards and stuff like that. And there's a couple other attachments that I like. This happens to be the attachment that has almost like a Scotch-Brite non-abrasive end to it. And a lot of people complain about this thing breaking down over a period of time. I don't use this thing as far as when I attach it to my wand. Let's say I put some all-purpose cleaner on a door panel, a plastic door panel. I don't push hard with this. I'm not using this as a scrubber. I'm basically just going lightly over the panel, and this won't scratch anything, and I'm letting the steam and the heat be able to break down the grease and grime in conjunction with the cleaner on the panel. So this works well for me, but if you're going to use this, and don't think you're going to sit there and be able to scrub things aggressively because it will fall apart. It won't work for that. I don't scrub anything with this. I just use it for the steam and the heat to break down grease and grime. Basically, that's a quick little video on why I like the Mcculloch 1375. Easy to transport, gives me 90 minutes of continuous steam. The accessories I like with it is fine. Here's a little tip when you're using a steamer. If you happen to be using this thing on the interior of the car and you lay the wand down and say 4 or 5 minutes later you go to grab it and you want to start steaming inside a car, be careful. All steamers will do this. You'll start to get residual water built up inside the wand, inside this flexible hose. And then what will happen is if you lay the wand down for 4 or 5 minutes and you want to go get steam on something and you happen to be around a sensitive area where you don't want a lot of water introduced in that area you're cleaning, that residual water that builds up inside this tube will spray out the end of this stuff. You'll get a lot of water out of it. So every once in a while, if I set it down and I'm not using it for a while, I'll take the end off, I'll squeeze the trigger, I'll shoot the water that gets collected inside the handle if I leave it down on the ground for too long, and then I put my attachment back on it, whatever attachment I need, and then I go at it, and I just have steam. I don't have water in it. But you know, this thing cost me, I think, less than $200. I bought it on Amazon about 2 years ago. It's holding up. It works well. I like it. It hits all the sweet spots for me as far as interior cleaning is concerned. I only use distilled water in it. I don't use tap water in it. I kind of preserve the boiler and the holding tank that's inside of it. I don't want any deposits building up inside the wand or the hose. I've never cleaned it out. I know they recommend every once in a while flushing it with some type of vinegar or something like that. Again, I've had it for 2 years using distilled water straight. Sometimes I'll have distilled water that sits in here for a couple of days or maybe a week and I haven't used it. It works fine. It doesn't seem to hurt the machine. Again, I've had it for 2 years. Works great. For less than $200, this is an interior steamer that I love, that I use almost on a daily basis when I'm cleaning interiors of cars. Makes your life easy. Again, the VX5000 is great. I love it. I have that machine if I want to get really aggressive with steam, especially on a tire or a wheel that's been neglected for a long time, or inside an engine bay. I'll use a VX5000, something with a little bit more pressure, a little bit more temperature as far as steam is concerned, where it would be more appropriate in those areas. But if you're just starting out in mobile detailing or you're looking for a steamer, look at the Mcculloch 1375. They make another version. It's pretty much the same, a 1385. It's a little bit bigger. It stands up on its own. Maybe you get, I don't know, this is 90 minutes. Maybe you get some more time as far as continuous steam is concerned. But the pressure, the temperature is the same between the 1375 and the 1385. So I went with this one. Works great for me. Hope that kind of helps you out. Somebody asked me to make a couple of videos on some of the equipment that I carry with me. Fits in my truck fine. It can fall over. I don't worry about it. It gets beat up a little bit and it's holding up for 2 years. Heck, if I got 3 or 4 years out of it for less than $200, I'm fine. But again, this thing keeps working. I haven't seen any issues with it. I've heard people say the trigger breaks on it. Maybe these ends of the wands get cheap and they break. Again, I don't beat my stuff up. I'm auto detailing. I'm never rough inside of a car. So this seems to work exceptionally well for me. Hope that helps you guys out. The Mcculloch 1375, why I used it, how I use it. I think it's a great investment for less than $200. Again, until next time, guys, be safe, be kind, and we'll see you on the next video.